so Samsung has released their One UI 8 update, and while it might not be a huge visual change compared to One UI 7, Samsung did add some good features to One UI 8. Yeah, so first off, let's dive into the File Manager app. And there has been some visual changes to the File Manager app. As you can see, the categories have been moved to the top, but the most functional change has to do with the recently downloaded files. So you can see at the top here that all your recently downloaded files have been organized according to the app that downloaded it. So you can see here I have WPS Office here, and then it's going to show me all the files that were recently downloaded from WPS Office. Now if you come to Chrome too, you can see that all the files that were recently downloaded by Chrome have been grouped here. Same for Eventbrite, VN, Editor, Drive, Gmail, and all of that. So I think that's a better functional improvement to the File Manager app compared to One UI 7, where all your files are just in one place. It makes it easier for you to be able to find that recently downloaded file. Yeah, so that's one functional improvement that has come to the File Manager in One UI 8. The next change that has come to One UI 8 has to do with the Samsung Notes app. So we all know that Samsung Notes is one of the best notes-taking apps out there. So if you come to your Samsung Note, you now have the ability to add sticky notes to whatever notes you're writing. So you come to the plus icon, then you see this new sticky notes option right here. So you can just have your thoughts in case you don't want to interrupt the flow of the actual notes. So you can just keep some thoughts, some reminders on the sticky notes right here. So you can just write stuff, and then you can also change the color, the background color of the sticky note. You can minimize, you can click, then you can also move. Yeah, so you can just drag it around and place it anywhere on the Notes app. So I think that's a very nice touch that Samsung has added to the Notes app in One UI 8. Right, so the next change that has come to One UI 8 has to do with the Samsung Gallery app. Yeah, so the first thing you notice is with the menu, there's a new menu layout. There's a very new visual change, but the other change has to do with the Portrait Studio. So back in One UI 7, Portrait Studio didn't used to work with animals. So now it does. Okay, so when you go to the Portrait Studio, you can now create favorite AI images of your pets if you are into that kind of stuff. So yeah, so the Portrait Studio now works with animals. At first on One UI 7, it used to work on only people, but now it works with animals as well. Yeah, so since we are still in the Gallery app, we can now move to, I think this was also in One UI 7, but I think it's still worth mentioning that your screenshots have now been grouped into categories. So there's shopping, and then there's barcodes and QR codes. So it's going to scan through your screenshots, and then it's going to group them as such. So it helps maybe when you're shopping for something, then you take a screenshot. I mean, I think it's very useful. It helps you find that thing or that item that you are shopping for quite easily and quite faster. Yeah, so the next change in the Gallery app has to do with the noise eraser. So back in One UI 7, you will have to go into the editing tools to be able to remove the background noise in a video. But now in One UI 8, you can do that directly from the preview. If you just tap on this, you see this new icon next to the speaker icon, and then when you tap on it, it's going to erase the noise from the video. So that's just a quick and easier way to remove noise from any video that you have in your Gallery app. Yeah, so we all know that the number was recently introduced in One UI, and it has even become more useful now. So the number now shows more information on the lock screen. Yeah, so down here it's showing the timer, it's showing the music, and then it's also showing the do not disturb option. Back on One UI 7, it didn't use to show the do not disturb option, so I think Samsung has made it a little bit more useful, a little bit more informative to show more information on the lock screen. So that's a slight change to the number. I've not really tested with a lot of use cases, but that's something I noticed on my S22, which I'm currently using to record this video, so I can't really show it to you. But yeah, so on the S22, which is running One UI 7, you can not see the do not disturb option. Right, so one other functional improvements in One UI 8 has to do with the quick share option. So quick share now has its own dedicated page. So if you want to receive items, you can just come to the receive page. If you want to send items to, you just come to the send page. I think this is a way better way of sending and receiving files. So that's just by the way. One good thing to also has to do with the split screen. So when you open this in split screen, you can now do that 90:10 ratio. Compared to One UI 7, you could only have like a 30 to 70 ratio, but in One UI 8 you have this 90:10 ratio, and you can just quickly switch between apps by tapping on the app. And I think it's a better and nicer way of multitasking. But back in One UI 7, you only had that 70:30 ratio, and you couldn't really move the secondary app all the way to the bottom or all the way to the top. Right, so when you tap on the clock, there's new animated widget that reacts to what's in the background. So as you can see, as I move this around, it's stretching and it's reducing its size depending on what's in the background. So I mean, it's not really going to change your life, but I mean, it's just a nice touch that Samsung has added to the lock screen. Yeah, so there you have it. These are some few features in One UI 8 that, in my opinion, makes your experience better. So what's your favorite feature on One UI 8? If there's any other features that I missed, which I know I've missed a lot of features, let me know down in the comment section below. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video or you found this video informative, kindly give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.